Good afternoon, friends. Come on over. Welcome in. You know the ropes. Grab yourself a beverage or a treat and sit down with me and let's visit. I wanted to share the Serenity Prayer with you. I try to share things that help me through my struggles or life experiences that I'm going through in hopes to encourage others. And one thing that I learned years and years ago in the mid-90s was the Serenity Prayer. And the Serenity Prayer is relevant, very relevant in everybody's life. Do you know the Serenity Prayer? It's God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Isn't that beautiful? It's a prayer to ponder. It changed my life. In a time when I really needed it the most, I was introduced to it. Let me share it again. And I'll share a little how I break it down and see it. What it means to me in my life, in my circumstances. That's better put. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change. There's that word again that I always use. It's acceptance. And being able to find the peace and serenity to accept the things I can't change. I can't change my mistakes that I made in the past. I sometimes like to remember life's moments or experiences, as people say now. Those times that bring joy to our hearts. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change. I had to accept a lot that I couldn't change. But there comes courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. There are things in all of our lives that we can't change. There are. And we can just walk past it and say goodbye. Or we can find ways to accept and to adapt to the changes if we're able to. You see, we can't change evolution. As we grow, we age, and so does our bodies. I'm never going to have the body that I had back in high school. Never. It's not going to happen. And I myself, I've caught myself at times. I've caught myself looking at pictures of what I used to look like throughout time. I have some nice pictures, beautiful pictures, but I have to be careful, because if I dwell on the things that I'm unable to change, and I focus on those things, it can tend to make me more depressed, because it's not finding a way to accept the changes or life as it is today. And that's what's most important. Sometimes we look too much in the rearview mirror when we need to stop and ask the Lord for guidance and help. You know, I'm in a situation, Lord. What can I do? How can I make the best with what I have to improve how I feel? It was hard for me when I lost my teeth. It was very, very hard. I was a person that when I worked, I got up every day and I did my hair and my makeup and dressed really nicely for work, and just, I loved it. And sometimes, I liked the attention. When people would say how nice I looked or how pretty I was and how nice I smelled and stuff, it meant a lot to me. It truly did. But today, if I focus on looking at those pictures constantly and thinking of what was, it can really put a damper on where you're at. And I'm slowly learning that. I'm learning to accept myself. When I first had my teeth out, I used to wear a mask. It was after mask covering was over, but for me, it helped me cope with not having the teeth and people seeing me, because we do live in a cruel world. We do. And it was very hard for me to go out of the house after I had my teeth pulled and my hair was falling out at the same time. I was one hot mess. I didn't know how to deal with it. I had to keep saying, God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. And I slowly did that. I'm still doing it today. I know that certain things aren't going to change, and I can't get back certain things that I've lost. But I can make the best of what I have. It's just accepting where I'm at. And what can I do to move forward and to be content with my life? Everybody needs purpose. We all need to have purpose in life. And I lost my purpose. But sitting here and viewing YouTube and finding a community that focused on a love, hope, and acceptance, it made it a little easier to accept where I'm at. It took a lot for me to be able to look in the mirror. That's why I'm blessed for this channel, because I have to look at myself in this camera. And you want to look good for the audience, don't you? But it's helped me, because I couldn't stand looking in the mirror. I couldn't stand, I had to put facial cream on and I'd walk away to put it on my face. I didn't want to walk out of my house. Wherever I went, I was in tears. I was in tears. And I would just cry and cry. And I would get to the point, if I'd have to go somewhere, I'd want to go and do what I needed to do and get out of there. Because yes, people are mean, people will stare, people will talk. Not all people, but there are those out there that do. And it's very sad. Everybody wants to be treated with dignity and respect. We all do in life. And so I treat people with dignity and respect. And I hope that I get that back in return, but I can't choose how other people are going to act. I don't have control over them. I pray for wisdom. I truly do. And today, I can honestly say that I'm okay looking in the mirror. I like that person that I see again. No, I don't like the person I see. I love the person I see.